Hello guys, welcome back to another video. So in today's video I'm going to be giving you all a tutorial on how you can set up a um a movement system or different types of movement systems. So to start off, we're going to have a simple shooter movement system. So what we can do is we can drag our scratch cat down to here, and let's just say I want to make this be like a shooter. I can make our scratch cat point in direction 0. And then I can come to this little area. So you can come to 0 and then a y of negative 111. So then over here I can grab go to and a pointer direction. And I change the pointer direction by clicking on it to 0. So basically what this is just going to do, so if I move this to any spot here and change this to whatever direction I want, now what this is going to do is this is going to say, hey, when this key is clicked, so for say, let's just go into events, and you'll see right underneath the when green flag clicked, you'll see a when space key pressed. Now by clicking on the space with the drop down arrow, bring up a menu, and it'll bring up all the key or all the letter keys, all the arrows in space, and then numbers. So for say, let's set it to R. So we drag and drop it on there, and it resets there. And we're going to keep that. So, now, for the movement system. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to want to change sprite 1 to cat. Right like this. Then, we are going to want to go ahead and get a when green flag clicked. I'm going to controls. Forever. No. So I'm going to make a basic. I'm going to keep this. I'm just going to make a more basic version for those of y'all who want to see a more basic version. So when a key pressed, so just so y'all know, this over here is negative, over here is positive. So yeah, so when a key is pressed, and then you're gonna go to motion, you see how there's this move 10 steps, but this moves us forwards. So what we're actually gonna want to do is, instead of taking this move 10 steps, you're gonna see down here, change X by. Then you're going to want to take this, and then you'll have a dash on your keyboard, so negative, and put that in front of the 10. So now you can see if I press A, it'll move us by 10. Then you can duplicate this by right clicking on it and then clicking duplicate. And then get rid of the dash and click on right here with the A in the drop down. Change this to D. So now you can see we have a movement system. Except this one does it in stutters. So this one, I mean, I would recommend using if you're trying to make something. Or not something. If you're trying to make just a simple basic one. This one takes the shortest. But we're actually going to want to keep these change X's by and put these away. So now we're going to bring back this when green flag clicked forever. And we're going to want to go into control on the sun and grab an if blank, then I'm going to say change X by negative 10. So we can say, then we go to sensing right here. And then you'll see you have touching color, distance to, ask, answer, and then key. This is what we're going to want. So we're going to drag if key, and you can see if we press space, or if we can't do it yet, but here, I can just quickly grab this, forever, if key space pressed, and see it doesn't really stutter as much anymore. So, but what we're, what we're actually going to want to do is we're going to want to change this to when a key pressed. Duplicate this the exact same way I told you how to earlier. Do if key D, change it to if key D pressed. Get rid of this change X and put in the change X by 10. So now, if I press this, you can see I can move. And these numbers are they're changeable. You can change them. So for say I want to change these so that it goes 5x every time I click to make it be a little bit slower. I can do that. And let's say maybe I want to go up a little bit higher and I want to put this to 20. But make sure that your A key, unless you're having inverted controls, is always in a negative number. So you can see now we're moving real fast, but we can change this down to 5 and -5, and now we're moving slow. So for the time being, we're just going to put these back up to 10 in their default states. So it still works. So that's just a basic movement system. Now, for those of y'all who want to do a speed slider, the speed slider is a little bit harder. So first of all, you're going to see we have my variable. You're going to want to delete, or you're either going to want to rename or delete it. I would recommend renaming it. And you're going to name it speed space slider. And then you guys don't have to do this, but I like putting abbreviations on the side of my variables. So now we have speed slider. So we're going to want to show this. Then if we right click, you can go to right here. You'll see we have normal readout, large readout, and then slider. We can click slider, and now this is a slider. But it's not really going to function. So we need to change the slider range. Set the minimal value to 1. Whoopsies. Don't press enter. Set the minimal value to 1. And then we can set the maximum value to 20. So now if I drag this into here, and if I first say set this up to 20, see, this will move by 20. But this one over here won't really work. So let's try just dragging speed slider into there. Oh, well, it's not going negative. So that is why you guys are going to need to do some, or you guys are going to need some of the operations variables. So you guys are going to need a minus, so the minus symbol, and then right here you'll see it's kind of like a star, and and that means multiply. So you're going to need to put both of those in there. Now, you're going to duplicate the variable of speed slider, or just grab another one. I'm going to duplicate it. So you're going to do speed slider SS minus speed slider times 2. So now, if we put this into here, we press A, you can see we're moving by 10. But let's say I change this up to 15. No matter what, we move 15. Let's say I change this up to 20. No matter what, we are moving by 20 studs. So, and I can change this all the way down to 1, and it's really, really slow. So that is how you make a simple speed slider. That's the simplest way I found it. Now, we're also going to make a leveling system. This leveling system is not going to have XP. It's just going to be a simple leveling system. So basically, what we can say is, what we can say is we can go into, so we're gonna need a little upgrade thing at the top. So we can go into paint, name this sprite upgrade, and then what we're gonna want to do is we're going to want to make a little upgrade. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a circle, make there be a little circle. It's kind of an oval. Let me fix that. So make there be a circle, and then it's gonna say upgrade. Now you can change the size of this. You can also change the color. So we're going to want to change the color to be black. So now you can see this text right here says upgrade. So we're going to move this up to the corner. And we're going to want to do the exact same thing. The go to and the point in direction. And we're going to want to set that also to when Archie pressed. So when Archie pressed, go to those locations. So now you can see if I move this to any which location, as it worked before, it'll go right back and it'll go to that direction that you set it to. So 90 will always be facing upright. 0 will be like this, and then you can set it to the negatives. It only goes up to 180 degrees, and then it goes negative. Yeah. So then you're gonna want to put in when this sprite is clicked, when this sprite is clicked, then you're gonna want to go to variables, make a new variable, and we're gonna want to call this XP. And click OK. Okay. So I accidentally got rid of that. Sorry about that. Took me a little bit. Anyways, so when this sprite is clicked, then you can put an if. So for now, let's just say the XP isn't really going to be used right now. The XP will be in the next little bit. So when this sprite is clicked, we're just gonna say. So we're gonna move to movement speed ms. So change movement speed by 1. You can see we can get a bunch of movement speeds. But what this doesn't do is it doesn't give us a reason to have XP. But we're gonna get into that in just a hot second. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into here. So I'm going to say, so we're gonna keep these, right? We're actually going to duplicate both of these and get rid of the speed slider variable. And then for these ones here that have the speed slider, remove this. Then if, so then we're going to want to put another if around them. So if, and then if, and then you can add these back in. So right now the speed slider is still the thing that moves them. But that's not working right now because there's an if. If we do this, now it's working. And it's only changing it by 10. That is because the speed slider down here is not activated. So let's make sure that the movement speed on each of these. So you can see right here, a variable is 0. This one's 9. If you click on them, you can find the variable, or you find out how much that is. So if movement speed, and go down to operations, equals, and you all can mess around with this number, but I'm just going to do 4. Duplicate this, not that. Duplicate this entire, oopsies. Duplicate this entire line of code. So now you can see and then this will work. Except this is adding the extra 10. So we're going to need to change this. To make it big, we're going to need 3 equals and 2 or statements. Put these 3 equals in there. Then put 3, 2, 1. And put variables of, actually, we're going to need more than that. Actually, going to need 4, because we still need a 0. So, this is going to be 0, 1, 2, and we're going to need 3. So, we're going to need one more OR. And now put movement speed into all these.
Now I just have one more ability, Death Triangle.
So all this is going to be false for the time being, because we have a movement speed of 4.
Pretty cool, right? I can literally just heal. Yeah, that's one of my abilities.
So now we also need to put an if statement around these, because I forgot to do that originally. You all can also just put an and statement, but that's not something I want to do right now. And then put both of these in here. And then we can click. And then we can delete this block. Right click or left click and click up. And click clean up. So now you can see, now we're only moving by 9. But I can increase this to move by 15. But then if I go into here, I put all this under there, and I press R, now we just genuinely move. How that is, but we don't change the speed. So even if I put it up to 20, nothing happens. 1, movement speed 2, movement speed 3, and then 4. So now the speed slider is actually working. So now that's gonna do for you is it's going to make sure that the movement speed equals 4. So that's just a simple upgrade button. Next up, you're going to need to grab this if statement. Put the change movement speed ms by 1 in there. Then we're going to need to go to operators, and then for example, so for this, we're just going to put this to 10. And then variables, xp, so if xp equals 10, then change movement speed ms by 1. And then we can also, and then to make sure, because now if I just set my XP to 10, it'll never go down, and I can just infinitely buy upgrades. You know, infinitely buy them. But now nothing moves. So what I actually need to do is grab this out, grab an AND statement, put that in the AND, and you can do AND if or AND that equals less than 4. So we're going to need to actually grab the movement speed, which is less than 4. Then we're going to need a change XP by -10. So now, if I, for say, set the XP to 10, I can only upgrade once. But if I give myself 100, actually 1,000 for this example, and I do that, then, oh wait, hold up, I need to click on this. Then, hold up. Hold up. Just set. Oh, so there you go. That's what our issue is. So, or XP is greater than 10. No, that's a less than. This is greater than. Sorry about this. Technical difficulties. Or if XP is greater than 10. I'm new-ish to scratch. This is just a simple mechanic that I found helpful. So now you can do this, clean up. So if I press R, and then if I go down to variables, and I set my XP to 1,000. That is why. Oopsie daisies, grabbed the wrong bit. Don't grab an and, grab an or. And then put that back in there. So now you can see, but I can't upgrade further than 4, and it won't subtract the XP because I can't go lower than 4. So that's a simple way that you can make the upgrade work during XP. But we're gonna need a way to make it so that you get XP. So we're gonna do an XP shooter on XP target. And then we're going to need to go to, so for the XP target, it's going to go to 0. So first of all, actually, let's make this target. So I'm just thinking black circle with a red circle in the middle. Pretty, just, oh, whoopsies. Make sure to make this be a square. So you could also duplicate that. Then do this. Change this to be black. And put the red. Bring this to the front. And put the red circle in the middle. And actually, let's shrink this down a little bit because that's a little bit too big. I think that's good. So we now have our XP target. So we're going to hide both of these variables for the moment. We're just going to focus on this XP variable. So we're going to do a bullet And then we're going to do a when space key pressed, create clone. So this is, I'm just going to go through this quickly, because this is more advanced. So yeah.
Try it. I don't even think it was yours, but I don't even think it was yours. I think it was. Rock steals my next move that I have enough. Rock steals. How much is it? Oh, that's your last ability! Okay, I'm really far. I'm at a top.
Change XP by, and you're going to want to do the change XP by 10, go to controls, and delete this clone. But this clone doesn't show. So we're going to need to put a show variable in there. You'll figure out why in a minute. So then we're going to need a when green flag clicked, hide, then go, where is it? Go to cat. And we're going to need to put that inside of a forever loop. So now if I press this, forever, it'll come into me. If I press space, a clone will come. So until touching XP target. So that's just going to make it so that if it touches the XP target, it's going to delete. But we need to do, if touching edge, also delete. So then you're going to need to create a little bullet. So let's just draw a little circle. So now you can press space and see how this is just takes 10 steps. We're also going to need to point the bullet in a direction of 0. So the bullet does that. Now, if I shoot it at this target, you see I just get infinite XP. That is where a delay comes in. We're going to do the delay in the next video. So this is the tutorial on what we have so far. The cat, because the delay system is a little bit harder. There is y'all who know how to do it. You all can do it. Actually, no. We're going to do the delay in this video. So we're going to make a variable called delay. Then when this is clicked, set delay to right now we're going to set this to 5. Then we're going to need a bunch of ifs and repeat. So we're going to need an if, repeat until, and a forever. So when green flag is clicked, I'm going to need to go to operators. So equals 5. So if this equals 5, repeat until it equals 0. Subtract or change delay by -1. And then we're going to need a wait. And the wait shouldn't be that long. You should put it to like 0.5 seconds. And you should put that either on the bottom or on the top. I'm going to put mine on the bottom. So then we're going to need to grab the variables. If delay and delay. And then when space key pressed, we're going to need an if delay equals 0. So then you could say this won't shoot. But if we can reset this, you can see the delay subtracts and then we can shoot again. So now we can upgrade our movement speed twice. And we'll have some movement speed. So anyways, that is the start to this tutorial. For those of you guys who like this tutorial, I'm going to have another one coming out soon. And it is going to be a follow-up on this. Basically showing you a little bit more that you can do with a game like this. Actually, probably won't. The next video will be a tutorial, and we're going to make a shooter game throughout multiple episodes. This is sort of a beginning to a shooter game. So yeah. Yeah. So I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next video.